Gamers, yes, I am wearing the same t-shirt 3 videos in a row. It's the same day, okay? Before people start writing, oh my god, same t-shirt. Yeah, it's the same t-shirt, okay? It's in real time, it's the same day, alright? I promise. So, today, as the video title says, I will be talking and discussing about Delhi Sultanate, Tower of Victory. Is it a good landmark? Is it a bad landmark? YouTube people, I watch these recordings live. I can confirm that Beasty has worn the same t-shirt 3 days in a row. Okay, that's a perma. That's a perma for spreading misinformation. Alright. So this is one of the new maps. I covered it a little bit ago. Prairie. The map with not a lot of wood. And this is from the same series that I played against Kazva, that you've seen the games earlier on Twitch and games in the past 2 days on YouTube. This game, it was Ottomans versus Delhi, and Kazva is playing Ottomans right here. And I went for Tower of Victory. So for those that don't know, by the way, it's very important to note something. Tower of Victory, I'm not going to say it's buffed. Okay, it's not buffed, it's changed. Because I wouldn't call this necessarily a buff. So, if you guys notice something compared to the live game, you see that Tower of Victory has an influence radius. Now, what does that mean? Well, first of all, this mosque is not connected. This mosque is like the worst mosque I've ever placed. Jesus Christ. Should have been like here, so it touches the... Jesus Christ, I'm awful. To be fair, I was sick with fever and I still have it. So... it is what it is. But you see this influence radius. So this works exactly like mosque radius. So if mosque was closer, they would connect. So if I select, if this was connected, it would basically work like an influence zone. So the way Tower of Victory used to work is you had to build production buildings around it because units had to pass near Tower of Victory in order to receive the 20% attack speed buff. Infantry units, so spearmen, men-at-arms, crossbow archers, hand cannoneers. But now, if the buildings that you're producing from, so if that barracks where I want to produce men-at-arms is in the influence of this Tower of Victory, they will get the buff. So I could have built barracks here, or archer ranges here, and they would still get the attack speed buff. So that's how Tower of Victory is changed. So it makes it a lot easier for you to place buildings, so you don't have to place them awkwardly around Tower of Victory. You can just place them anywhere in the influence zone. So there's a little update for you guys. Now, when to go Tower of Victory? The meta recently has been shifted a lot to like multiple PCs, prolonged feudal gameplay, and this kind of meta is good for Tower of Victory. So, for Delhi, if you go Dome of Faith, it usually means you want to tech up to castle somewhat quickly and go for relics, go for keeps, go for elephants, kick W, of course not elephants, no one makes elephants. You know, you want to go lancers, men-at-arms, whatever. That's what Dome of Faith is for. You get a bit cheaper scholars, right? Instead of 150 gold, they cost 90 gold. But if you go Tower of Victory, your everything is a bit delayed. And the reason for that is you need to build a second mosque, and you will also need to put 4 workers on gold, which I will be doing very, very soon, because it takes 4 workers on gold to produce scholars, because they're going to cost 150 gold. And if you produce them from Dome of Faith, you only need 2 workers on gold to constantly produce them because they're cheaper there. So, with that being said, like I said, Tower of Victory is a little bit kind of like delayed, or it takes a bit more to power up. But when it does, it's better than Dome of Faith in feudal. So, because it will let you stay longer in feudal and have better units. It will delay your castle, but if you do get to castle, you will be also having the 20% attack speed buff, which is pretty good. So, For example, I'm not going to list every single matchup, but for example, against Mongols, you don't want to go for tower victory because, number one, Mongol is going to tower rush you, and this is very kind of, you know, it doesn't give you instant power. It gives you power around 8-minute mark, and Mongol, the tower rush, you need units ASAP, you need value ASAP, and Dome of Faith, you know, is going to give you scholars, and you're not going to need to build a second mosque. But if you're playing against civs that go for multiple TCs, Tower Victory is a pretty good choice. Doesn't have to always be Tower Victory, but it is an option, right? So, this game, you can see I have 2 mosques, and now the influence has connected. So anywhere I build production buildings in the orange area, they will get 20% attack speed. So, here we go. So you can see I'm gonna start. Did I start already? I'm gonna start producing right here. Boom, scholar going up, 150 gold, and I'm gonna instantly put these into mosques to speed up the research time, and then later I'll use them for fights. So I'll get a couple of horsemen here, and you will be producing scholars constantly, by the way, for as long as you want to stay in feudal. If you want to stop making scholars and you want to age up to castle, then you just stop making scholars because they're 150 gold each. So in order to advance to castle, you can't spend that much gold on them, right? But if you want to keep playing in prolonged feudal and you want to fight against your opponent, you do want to keep making scholars because of their healing, and so that, you know, you can heal up your units and you can capture sacred sites and all that. But you can see this is what I mean with the build-up. It's 7 minutes and I only got 3-4 horsemen and I'm raiding with them. Only now I'm getting archer ranges, blacksmiths and everything else because I need more workers on gold. I need more workers on wood because I built a second mosque. So everything is a bit delayed and you can't be as aggressive. But this is where the power starts. And you can see the archer just came out from this archer range and it has the buff. Now, I'm going to speed up a little bit here because I don't want to stay here for too long. It's not a build order guide. If you guys are interested in a build order guide, that's something I could do as well. For Delhi Sultanate. Here comes the barracks as well. So I'm using some horsemen to raid, and then I'm following it up with spearmen and archers. So you can see he's being aggressive, and this is not how usually Delhi plays, right? At this point, I would be getting the sacred sites, right? I would be attacking and getting sacred sites and walling them off. But you can see I don't have a lot of units still, right? For Delhi, this is not that many units. And again, that's because of Tower Victory. So I'm just chilling. I think here I do like a move out. It doesn't really work out. I lose 2 archers, which is not too bad, and a horseman. He goes for a raid here. Still playing defensive. I'm getting my researches done. I'm getting all the upgrades that I potentially can. As you can see, research right here. Wait, I just noticed something. Wait, is the UI bugged? Wait, what? Do you guys see that? It doesn't show I have the upgrades. It doesn't work for Delhi? Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, because I have these 4 actually. Check that. Dude, Delhi is forever bugged. Alright, so I was very confused. I was like, did I forget lumber? And I was like, wait, what? So, you can see here, I'm massing up my army. I'm trying to protect, play defensive as much as I can. And this game, you know, it might look bad for me, right? I'm getting raided, I'm getting attacked, I'm kind of struggling. I go for a raid right here, around, and you might be like, oh my god, you're about to die and you're going for a raid? Like, look at this army, that's massive, right? So, let's look at what happens. Yeah, his works, see that? So I catch him here. Psych! No wood for you. Kill a couple of workers. So he sees this and he's like, that's my chance to go for it. That's my chance to go for it. Because he sees my horsemen there. And again, I have 4 army supply more. This is what indicates army supply. This is workers. But I have 4 horsemen here and a scout. So basically he has more units here. Well, actually they're reinforcing, but yeah. Let's say similar army count right here. So look at this. I want to remind you that we are starting at 49 versus 53, and this is monks or scholars plus Tower of Victory. So, for those that don't know, Ottoman also has, oh, he actually went with the ranged armor bonus. He didn't go for the attack speed bonus. Okay. So check this fight now. It looks like he has more units, right? So what I do here is I take my archers and I focus fire Nectar first, so he loses the aura. And then I don't focus fire the spearmen because I have no horsemen. I focus fire his archers because I have a crap load of spearmen to kill his sipahis. So the scholars, 4 baboons or 5 baboons were here healing. I got 4 here. So this fight should have gone even better for me if these guys didn't wander off, which I didn't even notice. So now I'm trying to keep my spearmen inside of Sipahi. I'm killing his archers with my archers, and the attack speed aura is just doing work because I'm just farming these guys. Look at that reload time. Boom, boom, boom. So it was 49 versus 53. And when the dust settles, I didn't lose shit. Mind you, I lost 2 units here, right? So it's actually even better than it looks here. So yeah, this is the power of this build and the power of Tower of Victory. It's more delayed in when it attacks and when it acts. So if you're playing against HRE, again, a civ that rushes castle, don't think Tower of Victory is going to be too great. But if you're playing against a civ that maybe has a delayed tech or doesn't necessarily want to rush castle, Tower of Victory is, in my opinion, pretty decent. And then it gives you not necessarily a definitive answer of what's better or what's worse, but it gives you an option to go for 1 or 2. And if you play against Delhi, you can also know, you can see Tower of Victory, and then you know kind of what kind of game you're in for, right? So, and again, this is not just Tower of Victory, this is obviously Scholars as well that help, but 20% attack speed on all your melee, or on all your infantry, including archers and spearmen, is quite a lot. Is quite a lot. So, I mean, as you saw that fight, it was very, very one-sided. And the thing about this specific build and playstyle of Delhi is the longer the game goes, the better it is for you. Because these monks, I had like 8, 10 in the fight, they would eventually go up to 25. And even though they don't have herbal medicine, 25 scholars healing is insane. And then the amount of archers you would have, you wouldn't even need to target fire, you just let them loose and they just blast everything. So that you wouldn't overkill the units. So, there it is. That is pretty much it. And that's kind of the situations you want to use Tower of Victory in. If you're playing on maps such as water maps, you don't necessarily want to use Tower of Victory because going for a dome is better because it will allow you to produce scholars cheaper, and you don't necessarily want to put 4 on gold just to be able to produce scholars, right? Because then going for Tower of Victory will not provide you for insane amounts of value because on water maps you'll be fighting on water, so you'll just not get a lot of value. That's pretty much it. And Tower of Victory is usually good on open maps, on maps where you gotta like go out and fight for food against your opponent and try to deal against your opponent in that way. So overall, do I think Tower of Victory is good? I don't think it's OP. I don't think it's better than Dome of Faith. I think it's situational, and it's one of the very few civs that has feudal landmarks that you can use both. Most civs have a landmark that is just better in feudal or better in castle or better in imperial, but I think for Tower of Victory, it's not bad at all. It can't be used against every civ, it can't be used on every map, but it does have its place, and once you get it going, it's really, really good. Someone's asking in the chat, can it be used for ships? No, it specifically says increase the attack speed of infantry when produced in the influence of this thing. So it does not work on cavalry. So it does not work on horsemen or knights or elephants. It only works on spearmen, men-at-arms, crossbows, archers, and hand cannoneers. And that's it. If you're watching this on YouTube, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something new today with the Tower of Maymays. And if you're watching this on Twitch, let's keep going. Boom.